We have 79 lawyers in the house. I love it. Welcome, everybody. All right. So today's training is how I got over 2,542 five-star Google reviews. And the most important part is, and how you can too, using this fully automated system. All right. This is one of my biggest, most impactful things that I teach inside of Legal Funnel. A real system that gets you a lot of Google reviews, that it works. It's been proven for me. It's been proven for our students. It's proven for people that have applied it. And I'm so excited for you guys to be here. All right. So if you haven't answered the poll questions, just make sure you have. Most of you guys have, but there's still a couple of you guys that haven't yet. That will definitely help us with this training today. I'll be sharing the results of these questions too, which definitely helps you guys. All right. So make sure to stick to the end to receive the Legal Funnel 5-star review system playbook. This is the actual script and the fully automated system to get hundreds of Google reviews for your law firm. All right, so let's first start off with how did I end up with so many reviews? Well, it was about 4 years ago where I got out of nowhere, I got a 1-star review. And the time was a complete shock because I only had about 3 or 4 reviews at the time. And that 1-star review really impacted my total average. And it kind of killed me. I'm like, what am I going to do? I tried getting rid of it. By the way, I didn't even know who it was. I still to this day don't know who it was. And I tried getting rid of it, removing it, like reading on articles to see if I can remove it. And I couldn't remove it. So I basically asked myself, I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign for me to start collecting reviews. So I started collecting reviews. And I started collecting the reviews in a very typical fashion that, most people ask for reviews. And it wasn't really working. And then until I came up with a system that I've used ever since, the same exact system that I started 4 years ago. I still use it this day. And that's the reason why I have over 2,558 Google reviews. Usually whenever I share this, the first, thought that comes to people's head is, that's ridiculous. How'd you get so many reviews? Well, first of all, let me tell you that they're real. Every single one of them is real. If you don't believe me, you could just Google Mollaei Law and just check out my reviews. Again, every single day I get new reviews, and it's because of 2 reasons. One is I have a system that brings me clients 24/7 around the clock. It's basically a funnel, which is a system that brings you clients 24/7. So I have enough clients that could leave me reviews. That's the first reason. And 2 is there is a system to attach this, which is exactly what I'm about to share with you guys. So yes, every single one of these are real. And I never even had to ask my friends for reviews because I never really had to. And this didn't happen by chance. There's a very specific method to the madness, okay? So let me share with you guys that system. So first of all, how many reviews do lawyers typically have? So I asked a poll question inside of our Facebook group, inside of the Legal Funnel members Facebook group. If you haven't joined, make sure to join. And I asked, how many Google reviews do you have? Well, most of us, it looks like about 80% of us have less than 50 Google reviews. Okay, so most of you between 11 to 50, then then 0 to 10. Then there's some of you, a smaller amount that have 100 to 50. And there's some that are 51 to 100, but most of us are less than 50 Google reviews. And also, I asked the poll. So far, the results out of 72 people there and 72 lawyers who have answered our poll questions. Well, guess what? Most of us, it aligns with exactly this. Most of us have between 11 to 50 Google reviews. The second most, and that's 50% of the people who have responded back to our poll. Again, 50% have between 11 to 50 Google reviews. 33% have 0 to 10. So that right there is, I always talk about the 80-20 Pareto principle. That those two, 80% of people have less than 50 reviews, and about 20% of us have more than 50 reviews. Okay, so that's the typical number of reviews that people have. So let's first talk about the 3 reasons why getting reviews really matters. Okay, the why. Let's get the why out of the way. Reason number 1 is when we're unsure on how to act in a social situation we haven't encountered before, we take cues from people around us. Okay, what does this mean? That means when we don't know how to act, when we don't know what to do, when we get ourselves in a situation where we're trying to decide what to do, we take cues, we take signals from people around us to help us make those decisions. Okay, when I was putting this together, I'm like, what is the best way to present this? And there's a very infamous experiment, a couple of you guys may know about this, which is the elevator experiment. So let's watch this. And this will do a very good job of explaining exactly why reviews really matters. Let me actually pull it up on YouTube. This used to work before. There we go.
Woman in the elevator now is a candid star. These folks who are entering, the man with a white shirt, the lady with a trench coat, and subsequently one other member of our staff will face the rear. And you'll see how this man in the trench coat tries to maintain his individuality, but little by little, he looks at his watch, but he's really making an excuse for turning just a little bit more to the wall. Now we'll try it once again. Here's the candid subject. Here comes the candid camera staff, 3 of them at least. And this man has apparently been in groups. Now, here's a fella with his hat on in the elevator. First, he makes a full turn to the rear, and Charlie closes the door. A moment later, we'll open the door. Everybody's changed positions. Now we'll see if we can use group pressure for some good. Now, in a moment, on Charlie's signal, everybody turns forward. Notice they take off their hats. And now, do you think we could reverse the procedure? What?
I mean, it's human nature to follow others when it comes to, I mean, that's your tagline. Basically, the idea is whenever we're social creatures, so whenever we don't know exactly what to do, we always look to other people. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, reviews build.
Hi, everyone. I'm attorney Aiden Durham with 180 Law.
Reason number 2, reviews build trust, which is the biggest boost in converting your leads into clients. Okay, when it comes to client generation, there's always 2 parts. One is capturing their lead, people that are interested in hiring you. And the second part is converting those leads into becoming actual clients. Well, guess what? Reviews is one of the biggest components of turning those leads into clients. And what I teach inside of Legal Funnel is whenever you're having a hard time turning a lead into a client, it all comes down to knowing your client, your leads must know you, they must like you, and they must trust you. This is called KLT. Okay, so again, every time you have leads, people that are interested in hiring you, if you ever find yourself where you have hundreds and thousands of people in your email list, but they haven't turned into clients yet, the reason why they haven't become your clients yet is because they don't know you yet. They don't like you, and they don't trust you. So let's talk about that. How to get your leads to know you? They know you from seeing your face. They know you from hearing who you are, what you do, why you do what you do. That's the know. The second component is the like. Your leads must like you. You have to have some personality to it. Avoid legalese. Have some personality. Be funny. People must like you in order to hire you. And the third component, which is I think the biggest component of it, is trust. People have to trust you in order to be able to hire you. Okay, so you need to touch upon all these 3 components. Your leads must know you, they must like you, and they must trust you before they become your clients. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have all these people who hit you up, they emailed you, they texted you, they called you, but they haven't become your clients yet. Well, the reason is because they don't know you and they don't know how much they like you, and they don't necessarily trust you yet. So you have to build up those different components of your relationship with them in order to get them to move forward with you. There's a very systematic approach to how to do this through videos and emails, which is pretty much what I teach inside of Legal Funnel, is getting those, again, how to get those leads. And now when you get those leads, what do you do with them? Just have that in mind. Whenever you, again, missing this KLT, know, like, and trust, always have that in mind. Why am I having a hard time converting leads? Well, it's because you're missing this know, like, trust component. Laura says, as to knowing you, I've recently seen a lot of emails where the sender's with the sender's photo. Is it a good idea to have my photo in the signature line of my emails? Yes, absolutely, Laura. Your face, your smiling face converts way more than your law firm logo. And I see a lot of lawyers making this mistake, making their Facebook page or their profiles not be their face. Have a smiling photo. That makes a worlds of difference in your email signatures, on your website, inside your funnels. People need to know you, and they need to know that you're real. Especially if you have pictures of your family, things like that. That builds all the like and trust factors with you. So yes, absolutely. Reason number 3, reviews simply get you more clients. As simple as that. Well, one of the ways to illustrate this is there was a very lengthy research done by a big SEO for lawyers company called Rankings.io, and they did a massive study on Google My Business, which is where you would want to be collecting reviews. And they shared their conclusion was that the total number of reviews appears, well, it's more than appears, it is an important local ranking factor. A high review count likely indicates to Google that a firm is popular, reliable, and deserves top billing. Okay. Simply, if you collect reviews, you will get more clients. Okay. So it's very important to know in 2021 and beyond, having a lot of reviews is 100% necessary. Anybody who's going to hire you, 99.9% up to 100% of people that are considering hiring you, they're going to Google you and they're going to look you up. They're going to see how many reviews you have, who you are, and whether you're trustworthy enough for them to want to hire you. Have that in mind. Okay. So what's the best part? The system for getting reviews that I'm about to share with you guys is completely automated. I haven't personally spent any time collecting reviews. In 4 years, you will learn how to apply the same exact automated system to get reviews for your law firm. All right. So before we get that, I want you to incorporate this big, very important point. And here's what I want you to remember and ingrain into your consciousness is that proof is a lot more important, a lot more effective than promises. What does this mean? Proof over promises. Put it into the chat right now. Proof over promises, because this is so important. Proof over promises. This is something that I'm going to teach you guys now, but it makes sense. Catherine says proof over promises. Great. I want to see more of you guys say that. Proof over promises. Proof over promises. Yes. Taylor says it. Yep. Proof over promises. Yep. So this is something that when I learned this, it made a huge difference for everything that I do when it comes to the funnel, client generation, again, getting people that are interested in hiring you to actually getting them to actually take action with you. It's this idea of proof over promises. And I'm about to teach this to you guys, but you guys will see in like months and years down the line, you'll be like, wait, there was something that Sam said that I remember that he said. Maybe that's the reason why, I'm not getting enough clients. So what does this mean? This means that you should stop making promises. Stop saying what you will do. Okay. So if you ever find yourself in your emails, in your conversations, if you're making these promises, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you, and I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to take care of this for you, stop doing that. Instead, provide proof of what you've already done. Okay. So what this means, stop making promises of the future, what you're going to do in the future. Always bring up things that you've done in the past, because proof is a lot more effective than promises. What you've done in the past, and if you can show evidence of that, is a lot more effective at getting people to take action with you. And that's the reason, you see there, like my training is how I got this many Google reviews. That's a lot more effective than saying how to get more Google reviews. The fact that I have 2,564 Google reviews, that's a lot more effective. If I share that, that's a lot more effective of getting guys to show up here. And the same thing for you guys. Your clients don't want to hear about all these promises that I don't know whether they're going to happen or not. Instead, just show proof. Hey, here's Bob that I was able to help with her estate planning, and I was able to save her $16,000. And here's proof of that. You know, here's Jasmine that I've been able to help. The more you can do that, the better. So how do you do that? For example, here's this problem you have. Let me show you other people who had the same problem as you. And here's how I was able to help them. Thus, people make the connection that if you help that person just like that, then you can help me just like him or her. Okay? Very, very, very important. The top marketers in the world, if you see their funnels and their marketing, it's all proof, 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 proof. That's why you see screenshots everywhere. That's why you see case studies, reviews, video testimonials. There's some marketing funnels that I see, and literally it's like a headline, video, and just proof for pages and pages. That's the reason why. Proof, 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 because there's nothing more effective in getting people to take action with you than proof. So provide proof, 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 and let your proof do the talking for you. Okay, is this clear? Proof over promises. Will you guys have this ingrained in your head? Proof over promises. Stop making promises and just provide proof. Good? Good. Let's do it. So how do you get more reviews? Well, the first step is by setting a very specific goal. So I want you guys, this is interactive. I want you guys to look up to see how many reviews you have. Okay, take a moment to look this up. Look at how many reviews do you have, either be on Google. Actually, I asked the question, where do you typically collect reviews for your law firm? About 72% of you guys chose Google, followed by 10% of you guys that chose Facebook, about 4% of you guys Avo, 1% of you guys on Yelp, nobody on Trustpilot, and there's some that are others. So I want you guys to go look up the primary source where you guys collecting reviews. How many reviews do you have? And put it into the chat. How many reviews do you have? 49, Allison says. Tom says 84. 39, Teresa says. 19, 0, 18, 17, 55, 73, 44, 5, 28, 5, 1, 16, 47, 17, 29, 144. Very nice, Kimberly. 27, 36, 21, 16. Good, 5. And that kind of aligns with, again, 80% of us have less than 50 reviews. About 20% of us have the 80-20, which is something that I always preach. It comes in over and over. 17, 18, 7, 41, 49. Good, good. We have 102 lawyers right now. Very nice. 49, 49, 41. Yep. Already, I'm going to answer that for you. By the way, just make sure that whenever you're sending a message, just send it to panelists and attendees so everybody can see your messages. Good. So it seems like that's how many numbers you have. So let's start off with there. Good. 100. Laura says, very good. Okay. So what I want you guys to do right now is to come up with a review goal. You know what? Let me share with you guys the playbook. The playbook, I'm putting a link into the chat. As you guys get this, here, let me actually just show it. So I just put into the chat the playbook, and let me show you guys exactly how to use it. So the link that I provide you guys in the chat, let me put it into the chat again. There you go. So if you go on that link, go ahead and go on File and make a copy. So that way you have a copy for yourself, and I see you guys logging in right now. Those are your numbers. Very good. I see you guys logging on. Good, good, good. So first thing you do is you go under File and make a copy for yourself. Okay, that way you have your own copy. You can make changes to it for yourself. So go ahead and do that. That's the first thing. And second thing is print this out. So go ahead and do that. So while you guys are doing that, I want you guys also to come up with your goal. Ideally, if I show you a system that works and gets you clients, how many Google reviews, how many reviews would you like to have? Okay, and get very specific. The more specific it is, the better. I want to have 74 reviews by December 31st, 2021. I want to have 120 reviews by June 1st, 2022. So as you guys do that, just make sure to print that out and also put into the chat. I will have how many reviews? What's your goal? $100. Karina, by when? By what specific date? 100 by in the year. Chris, to make it even better, give it exact dates, because yeah. Melanie says 100 by December 31st. Very good. Good. It doesn't have to be tied into an end of the year, you know, and also it has to make sense for you guys, you know, depending on how many clients you get per month. Usually expect about 30 to 40% of your clients to leave you reviews. So you could do some quick math. You know, I usually get about 20 clients, you know, 30% of that, 30 to 40% of that is, let's just say 6, let's just say, for example, and then, you know, play it up like that. Delavar, I would make that even better. By 2022 is not specific enough. Yeah, it has to be realistic. Exactly. By the way, I see a lot more messages that's sent to me specifically. Just make sure that everybody, whenever you're sending a message, just send it to all panelists and entities so everybody can see your messages. Good. Yeah, I see a lot more chats that are being sent to me. So yeah, Tony, 50 by October 31st and 100 by December 19, 2021. I love it. Very specific. Good. Good. 350 by July 15, 2022. Jessica says. Chrissy says 75. Very good. So hopefully you guys have printed that out. So if you print it out, write how many Google reviews you have right there and how many Google reviews you would like to have. The good part is whenever I'm trying to accomplish anything long-term, I always start off with this goal. I created a goal for hitting I believe it was 1,000 YouTube subscribers. This is a couple of years ago. And I made this goal exactly about 14 months prior to when I made it. And the crazy part is I hit that exactly that number of subscribers on exactly that date. And there's been so many times where whenever I created a very specific goal, I hit exactly that goal on that date. And that after I saw that happening like about 4 times, I basically made a promise to myself that anything I need to accomplish, I need to have a very specific goal. So just the fact that you guys wrote on this goal, I promise you guys, 1 is having this goal. 2 is following my system. I promise you guys, there's like an 80% chance you guys will hit it. Hopefully 100% chance, but at least 80 of you guys will hit this. What percentage of clients is realistic to expect a review from, Catherine? Usually 30 to 40%, maybe sometimes 50%. If you're doing an incredible job, higher than that. But at least minimum 30% should leave you a review from this, if not higher. 3,456 by September 2022. So I hope you have enough clients to be able to get that many reviews. Okay, good. So just make sure to put that on your worksheet. That's the first part. So let me share with you guys my case study and kind of set the expectation for you guys. So when I first made my first goal, I made my first goal to get 100 Google reviews. And I remember at the time when I made it, I was like, if I get 100, that's amazing. I'll be happy. I'll be super happy. And it took me 6 months to get 100 Google reviews. And then I'm like, okay, I hit 100. What is the next goal I could have? And I'm like, okay, next goal is 500. And then I remember at the time when I made it, I'm like, there's no way I could get to 500. But you know what? I'm going to make that my goal. And it took me 18 months to hit it. And I'm like, okay, great. If I hit 500, I'm sure I could get to 1,000. So I made a goal for 1,000. And I hit that goal within 3 years. So now my next goal has been 5,000 Google reviews. And my goal is I will have 5,000 Google reviews by December 31st, 2022. So it's very important, again, to have your specific goal written. Very good, Caroline. I see most of you guys having your goals. What I want you to do after you write down your worksheets, I want you to take this after this training and put it up next to you. Put it up next to your desk. That way you can see it and you can hold yourself accountable to it. Okay, that's the first step in order to get a lot of Google reviews. If you're missing this goal component, you're very less likely to actually hit it. Okay, let's move on. Second, let's make sure you're collecting your reviews on the most important platform, and that is Google. Hands down, without a doubt, Google. Not Yelp, not Trustpilot, not Avvo, not Facebook. Make sure you're collecting reviews on Google. I kind of had this foresight 4 years ago when I kind of had a dilemma. Where should I collect my reviews? It seemed like at the time there was people collecting reviews on Facebook and on Avvo. I'm like, should I collect my reviews there? I'm like, you know what? No, because most of my clients are going to come from Google, because most people are going to search for me. They're not going to go on Alva to search for me. They're going to go search for me on Google. And I'm so glad I made the decision. Not only was it the right decision, because again, more people are going to be searching for you on Google, but also your Google My Business uses Google, and also Google local service ads use your Google reviews. And these little different ways that you can get more clients in different ways from Google all stems from your Google reviews. Okay, so make sure you're collecting reviews on Google. And from the 88 lawyers that answered our poll questions, 74% of you guys collect your reviews on Google. But there's still about 9% of you guys that are collecting on Facebook, and about 3% of you guys on Avvo, and there's one of you guys on Yelp. Make sure those people that are right now collecting reviews on Facebook, on Avvo, and Yelp, make sure, or other ones, make sure to switch that over to Google. I promise you, it makes a big difference. You're doing all the hard work. Might as well put it into the right place where like that actually gets you more clients. Corina, I will answer that question for you shortly. So why Google reviews? Well, one is Google is trustworthy and people trust that Google reviews are legit. Number two is Google will rank you better locally for having higher quantity and quality of reviews, which means you will get more local clients. Again, I remember that the research that was done. Again, more reviews that you have, the more you'll rank locally on Google My Business, and thus the more local clients you will get. Well, it's tied to this. Number three, both quantity and quality of reviews matter. Okay, not only does it matter how many reviews you get, but also how high they are. Okay, 4 or 5 stars ideally. Number four is you can respond back to Google reviews, so your prospects can see your interaction with past clients, and you will be more likely, they will be more likely to hire you. Okay, so if right now, if you do have Google reviews, just make sure to log into your Google My Business and respond back to every Google review. What my system is, I wrote down about 4 or 5 different templates of replies, and I basically gave instructions to my virtual assistant. Hey, every Friday, I want you to log into my Google My Business and respond back to every single Google review. And since I have 2,100 Google reviews, every single Google review has been responded back to. That shows to Google that you're legit. And also it shows to your prospects that you're also real. You're a real person, you're caring, you know your clients. So that really matters. So make sure you respond back to Google reviews. Good question, Ellison. I'm gonna answer that question for you at the end. So we got that down. Make sure you collect reviews on Google, hands down. Okay, you always wanna go after the best place, best thing, and Google is the place to collect reviews. So let's talk about why most lawyers don't get reviews. What's the problem? I'm assuming this probably applies to 99% of you guys. Well, most lawyers just send their past clients a link and then ask them to click on the link to leave a review. How many guys do this? How many guys just send the link as soon as the work is finished and be like, hey, can you please leave me a review? Here's the link. How many guys do this? Karina says, me. Yep. Who else? Me. Yeah. Who else? Me. Yep. Sometimes, not always. Matthew says, me. Ben says, good. Who else? I'm sure there's more of you guys. I do with a script. Good. Yep. Okay. Well, let me tell you, that's good. I'm glad you guys are here because I'm here to tell you that this does not work. And the reason why it doesn't work because it's too much of an ask. It's just too much. I know you guys put in a lot of effort to serve these clients, but people are lazy. Doesn't matter how nice you were to them and how courteous you put a lot of effort into their case. You cannot take away that people are inherently lazy and that people forget how good you were to them. So if you do this, if you just, even after like a 1-year case, you just send them a link, people are not likely to follow through with that. And I personally also came up across this problem myself when I was starting out because I started collecting reviews this typical fashion and it wasn't working. Some people would leave me reviews, but most wouldn't. Well, the good news is I've just came up with and used a very savvy technique that works incredibly well that gets clients to actually leave you a review. So this technique combines getting your clients to micro commit to say, yes, I will leave you a review before you send them a link to leave you a review. Okay, that's the secret. It gets your clients to micro commit to say, yes, I will leave you a review before you send them a link to leave you a review. It's very subtle, but it makes a huge difference. Okay. By micro committing, your clients are way more likely to actually leave a review since they've already committed to leaving you a review. And the funny thing is, this whole micro commitment and getting people to kind of commit to move forward with you ties in to the whole funnel and legal funnel concepts that I teach inside legal funnel. Getting people to micro commit, take those small little actions, very systematic approach, getting people to actually commit to you and come closer and closer to you, versus getting people to just like do whatever you want them to do. Like if you ever see those ads that just say, we do personal injury, car accidents, give us a call, or things like that, those rarely work. And it works short term, but it's not like a sustainable play. The more long-term approach is kind of drawing out the sales process or the ask and getting people to take these very specific steps before you get them to actually hire you or get them to actually take action with you or to get them to leave a review with you. So let's get to the how-to, the specific how-to. So here's the exact script you should use to get reviews. So good part is if you flip over to page 2 of the worksheet of the playbook, this exact script and the whole sequence is written out for you. So don't worry about writing this down. This is all there. And this is actually one of my secret sauces. So take advantage of it. So here it is. So the first is the ask. So you want to personalize it. Bob, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Would you please mind taking a few moments to write a review for me? You give them a reason. Your comments will help others know what to expect when they're looking for the service I offer. And here's the kicker. Here's the call to action. May I please send you a link to leave a review, if that's okay with you? Okay. You do the ask first. Hey, you ask permission. Can I please send you a link to leave a review? You ask them, is it okay? Can I send you a link? Then once your client responds back that they will leave you a review, then you send another template, which is great. Thank you so much. Leave a review here. You provide the Google review link, which I'll show you exactly how to grab that. And then there's another little psychology, which is you bring it back to them. You say, I really appreciate you doing this. I'll be sure to return the favor when you need assistance in the future. Okay. So again, you're playing back on them. If you do this, I will, if you ever need me in the future, I'll make sure to take care of you. Okay. Just to recap, first script, it's a very systematic and you try to use this exact template. This is exactly, I haven't changed this template since I started. It's exactly the template that I used to have 2,464, however many Google reviews that I have. Okay, so stick to this. It works. You first ask this, then once you say yes, yeah, I don't mind, please send the link, then you send them a link. Again, it's very subtle, but it makes a world's difference. So how do you apply this? So again, the first thing you do is get the Legal Funnel 5-star review system playbook. I'll put that in the chat again if you guys haven't received it yet. Okay, and what you do is once you open it up, I see more of you guys logging in right now. And what you do is you go under File and you make a copy for yourself. That's the first thing you do. Okay, make a copy for yourself. And the instructions are on page 1 on the worksheets. So after you make a copy for yourself, put it into your own Google Drive. That way you have this copy for yourself. Second thing is I would print this out just to have it. Next is you're going to log in to your Google My Business, which is google.com/business. And feel free to actually do this right now. So go to google.com/business. Again, I don't want you guys just to learn this. I want you to actually implement. Just go ahead and sign in into your Google My Business. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Yeah, Samuel, that's all in your template. So again, follow along as I'm doing this. I want you guys to actually implement this. I don't want you just to learn this. Yeah, this is great. I know how to get reviews. I learned this in a training. It's all the effect is you actually go ahead and do this. Okay, so go ahead and log into your Google My Business. What you're going to do, you're going to scroll down and under Get More Reviews, there should be a section under the Home section. And under Get More Reviews, you're going to click on Share Review Form and you're going to get this URL. How do you use this URL? Well, if you have your, let's say if you have your copy, let me just make a copy for yourself so I can show you guys exactly. Okay. And what you do is you take this URL and under review sequence 2, if you scroll to page, looks like page 4, right here, this is where you put that URL. Wherever it says Google review link, that's where you put it. I've already created the template, the script for you guys. So all you have to do is, again, replace it with your own Google link. I'm gonna paste that there. Paste that there. Okay, that's step number 1. Or actually, yeah, step number 1 on your worksheets. Next, yeah, just make sure to do that right now. Again, log into your Google My Business. Just to recap, under the homepage, you scroll down under Get More Reviews. You're gonna get the review form. By the way, if you haven't set up your Google My Business, make sure to set it up. Make sure everybody should have a Google My Business set up for their law firm. It's a must. Yes, I will share the link with you, Matthew. Here's the link. Sure. So get the URL. You're gonna make a copy of the playbook for yourself, and then you're gonna go on page 4 of your worksheet, and you're gonna copy and paste the link there. Okay, this is like, looks like about 5 times you use the link there. Great. So let's go back into the instructions. And what you're gonna do is right here, you're gonna create 2 email or text sequences. So this is done. Usually I teach this to our legal funnel students, but that time they already have an automated automation tool or email series tool installed. The tool that I use for this is called Mixmax. This is actually a part of how I'm able to automate my law firm. How I'm able to have my law firm run without me is by using this tool called Mixmax, which allows me to create templates and sequences. I don't want to get into it right now, but basically you need some form of email automation tool, such as Mixmax, Active Campaign, something like that, that sends automated emails over and over. And you're going to create 2 email or text sequences. I usually do this through email. However, if you want to text this script, you guys can do that too. But I usually email it, and I use Mixmax. And again, that's what I use and recommend for our legal funnel students. And you're going to title the first sequence review 1, and you're going to title the second email sequence review 2. So if you go on your playbook, let me go there now. You will see 2 sequences. One is called review 1 sequence, which has multiple emails: email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, email 5, email 6. And then there's another sequence, which is review 2 sequence, which is email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, email 5. Okay. So the review 1 sequence is the ask. It repeatedly asks, hey, may I please send you a link to review? May I please send you a link to review? May I please send you a link to review? And it continues sending this email until they say, yes, I will leave you a review. And once they do that, the sequence stops. Good question, but yeah, good question, guys. I will try to answer them at the end. And then once they respond back, yes, I will do review, then you will send them review 2 sequence, which is great. Thank you so much. Here's the link. I really appreciate you doing this, but I'll be sure to return the favor. You need assistance in future. And that one has its own sequence where it sends them the link over and over and over again. So let me show you guys exactly what to do. Again, our legal funnel students already have Mixmax set up, so they already know what it is. But again, even if you don't have Mixmax, the very least thing you could do is take this first email 1 of review sequence 1, and you email this to your clients. Okay. And then once they respond back, then you send email 1 of the second sequence to say, here's the link. At least have the system, the script down. So use that script. But if you can add the automation aspect to it, again, using either Mixmax, which is what I recommend for this, or Active Campaign, or if you can text this, then you could do that too. So let me just show for the people that know what Mixmax is, or how they can use it. So this is how you do it. So in Mixmax, you create a new sequence. Let me quickly log into my other Mixmax account. One moment. Okay, Mixmax. What you do in Mixmax, you create one sequence. First one is called review one. For this, I'm just gonna call it delete later, but yours is gonna be called review one. Put into the folder. You're gonna go to the edit stage. And now, again, I don't wanna, this is what I teach inside of Legal Funnel, which is, again, how to automate your email inbox, how to get your virtual assistants to answer emails for you. There's a whole thing to it. I don't wanna get into it right now. And how to automatically follow with people. I don't wanna get into it right now again. So what you do is you take this email and you paste it into email number one. And then you add another stage. And what I do is I give you guys the timeline of when you should send this. So 1 weekday later, you're gonna copy and paste this and you're gonna say 1 weekday later, go ahead. If they don't respond back to this email, here's how Mixmax works. It says if email one is not replied back to in 1 weekday, then go ahead and send this second email. And then I could add another stage, which says if email is not responded back to 2 weekdays later, go ahead and send this email. And if that email does not respond back to, which is email 4, 2 weekdays later, go ahead and send this email. And then if that email is not respond back to later, maybe 7 days later, then go ahead and send this email. Okay, so you have to create these sequences. Again, it's a little bit hard because usually when I teach this inside of Legal Funnel, people already have the Mixmax set up, again, which helps with helping automate your law firm. I get over 150 emails a day, and I only answer about 5% of the emails. Again, this is what I teach inside of Legal Funnel with creating templates, sequences, how to create rules and structure for your emails. And then you have virtual assistants who are delegated to answer different parts of your thing. So again, you need some kind of tool to automate this, sending out the emails over and over. The first sequence is just sending out the asks over and over. You ask, hey, can I send you a link? Can I send you a link to review? And then once they respond back to say yes, then that sequence stops, usually with Mixmax. And then you could send review two sequence, which is great. Thank you so much. Here's the link. Great. Thank you so much. Here's the link. I really appreciate you doing this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sure, Taylor. So Elena asked a good question from Mixmax. Is which plan do you need? It's the small business plan. And what I usually recommend to our students when it comes to every tool, always sign up as rule of thumb, sign up as a monthly, sign up for monthly for 1 month. As soon as you sign up for it, make a little notification to remind yourself within 28 days, remind myself, hey, there's a billing is coming up. Am I still using this tool? If you are, make a decision at that point whether I want to change it to yearly or I give it another month to another monthly. I basically continue for another month on a monthly. Then at that point, a decision whether I want to update to yearly. So, okay. So that's the rule of thumb. I always want to start off with monthly. And then when I know for sure I'm using this tool long-term, then I switch over to annually. And then, yeah, it's this SMB plan. If you guys are going to sign up for Mixmax, I wasn't even thinking about this. I do have an affiliate. Not a big deal for me. It doesn't change my life. But if you are going to sign up for it anyways, if you can use this affiliate link. Again, it's not going to be life-changing, but if you're going to use it, if you are going to sign up for it, if you don't mind, just use that affiliate link. I appreciate that. Is Mixmax the same as ActiveCampaign? No, it's not. And that's, again, what I get into Legal Funnel is that they're both email automation tools, but they're used in two completely different ways, and you use both at the same time. One is, I'm not sure why I keep getting this. One is, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, both are used to be used inside of a Legal Funnel in two different ways again. But yeah, it's not the same, and they serve two different purposes. But it all goes into the automation. Again, how it helps you run a law firm completely on its own, which, by the way, is I have 7 of these law firms. Sounds crazy, but I have 7 law firms that run completely on their own because, again, it's a very cookie cutter process. I use the funnels to bring me clients. Then I use all these automation tools, either tools which is like tools like this, Mixmax, ActiveCampaign, things like that to be able to automate the service. And I use a lot of virtual assistants. And then I gather Google reviews to collect reviews from those clients, which feeds the system. And it's a positive feedback loop when I keep setting this up over and over and over in different niches. And now inside of Legal Funnel, that's exactly what I teach. Very practical things that I've done, and I still do to this day. And I continue adding on new law firms on it feels like on a monthly basis. And that's exactly basically what I teach. Okay, so let's go back to the script. Who does the legal work in the law firm? So if you need a lawyer, hire a lawyer. You hire a lawyer to run the thing for you. But everything is handed off. Either again, delegate it out to people, and using a lot of virtual assistants. But I have my directors and managers in-house. But most of the staff, 95% of the staff is virtual. And then I use a lot of automation tools to be able to automate different parts of it. A lot of Zapier, a lot of Google Sheets, a lot of standard onboarding protocols and things like that. Again, that's what I basically teach inside of Legal Funnel. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste the email scripts into your 2 email sequences. And again, I hope you're not doing this yourself. You're going to have your virtual assistants send the review 1 sequence to your clients as soon as you complete your client service. So you have a protocol. Hey, as soon as you sent out, let's just say the disbursement letter to the client or whatever it is, then I want you to keep track of what clients that you asked to get a review from, and also send them this review sequence. Absolutely do. Yeah, I do. So again, once your client responds back that they will leave you a review. So once they respond back to your review 1 sequence, then you send the review 2 sequence. Okay, see how that works? There's 2 sequences. One is the ask again. And then until they say, yes, I will leave review, then that sequence stops. And then the review 2 sequence starts at that point until basically they keep getting that email until they actually leave a review. And this does work. Again, people don't get annoyed from this. A lot of people think like if they get repeated emails, again, you switch up the language is a little bit, switched around and people don't get annoyed and people actually leave a review, which again, if you don't believe me, go read my reviews. And people are super happy. And the crazy thing is, most of my reviews, 99% of my reviews are 5-star reviews, and I have about 2% of the reviews are 4 stars, and then I have like maybe 0.001 that are like 1 star or 1 star. So it does work. Everyone's happy to leave reviews. Again, if you don't believe me that these reviews are real, check back, log in next week or next month and see how many more reviews than what I have right now, 2,569. You'll see, again, this does work. New reviews are coming in on a daily basis, about 5 to 10 reviews a day that are coming in. Again, clients brings in the calls. So that's the first part. And then I have the automation that takes care of the clients. And then I have automations to collect reviews, which feeds the system over and over, basically. And so again, once your client responds back that will leave you a review, then you send the review 2 sequence. And then if you do this, which I know you will, you're going to see your reviews pile up and you're going to make me proud and get to 100 Google reviews faster than you ever thought possible. Okay. Alicia asked, what kind of law do I practice? Multiple niches. I usually don't like getting to exactly what I do. But I find the blue ocean niches and I do that. And I use a lot of marketing. It's a lot of marketing, which is exactly what I teach inside Legal Funnel. I'm very open book once you get into our program. Laura says, a very good question. Can you send a request for reviews before the service is completed? Because in personal injury practice, it may take years to finalize a case. But the good news, Laura, is I've actually experimented with this where I started asking for reviews in the middle of the service. And I can tell you, it does work. It does work pretty well. Some people will leave a review. Some people just say, hey, no, I'd rather wait until we're finished. So, but it's better to just ask. And yeah, if you can't get it, just get the review before you even you're finished. You'll be surprised how many people I've been surprised at how many people actually are willing to leave a review before the service is finished. So I can tell you, yes, it does work. That's what I do sometimes do too. It's incorporated into my system. Sure thing. Polly asks another good question. Do you suggest sending these requests to past clients who may have worked on a case a year or 2 ago? Yes, Polly. Very good point, Polly. You could take this review system and send it to all of your past clients. Okay. So practically how do you do that, Polly, is to first of all, make sure you have a place where you keep track of all your clients. I usually use Google Sheets to keep track of my clients. It works incredibly well because it's so simple and anybody can use it. So first you have to make sure you have a tracking down so you know who you're asking. And yes, once you have your tracking in place, then you send the review 1 sequences And if you want, you could customize maybe the first email because it's been a little bit of a while since you've served them. Hey, I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to check in with you. And then you copy and paste the script that I gave you. Just use that call to action. And yes, this does work. I promise you, most of you guys, it's actually a very good point. Go back to all your past clients and implement this. And I can tell with you, again, I teach this to almost 200 lawyers inside of Legal Funnel. All of our students who have implemented this, they have success with this. And I also had other people that I've taught this to, and they came back to me weeks and months later, and they're like, Sam, it works. I got up to 60 reviews. This is incredible. Thank you so much. So it does work. You just have to implement it. And I try to make it as easy as possible, again, from these trainings and also in our program, to give you guys the exact templates, give you everything. All it takes is for you to actually sit there, give it 30 minutes, focus time to actually go and implement it for yourself. So what I'm going to challenge you right now, today, challenge you to implement this system for yourself. Again, just to recap, file, make a copy. Okay, make a copy for yourself. You're going to go into my Google My Business. You're going to get your review link. You're going to go into your page 4 in your worksheets. You're going to copy and paste the link, your Google review link, into your review 2 sequence. So you have that ready to go. And then you either use Mixmax or AutoCampaign, or if you don't want to sign up for those, at least send this first email. Even if you want to do it manually, by all means, go ahead. It's going to take you a while to manually send these emails. So I would just suggest you to, sign up for Mixmax or a tool like that. Again, if you are going to sign up for Mixmax, you can use that affiliate link to do it. Realistically, how many reviews is enough for a law firm, Laura? There's no such thing as enough, because your competitors and other people are going to, you're competing with other people in locally. So if somebody is Googling, family law lawyer, family law attorney, well, guess what? Your Google reviews show up. So, if you can, if somebody comes in here and has 60 reviews, well, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call you. So yes, you want to, I think I would have stopped. I think if that was the case, I would have stopped if I would have hit 500. But you know what? I'm like, I'm going to get to 5,000 Google reviews. So no, the more the merrier. And this is actually, the funny thing is, this is the only thing that I check for my law firm. I don't really care about my revenue too much at this point. This is what inspires me the most. And I kind of create a goal for this, because it also shows to me that I'm serving my clients correctly. And I also force my clients every once in a while to go read these Google reviews so they can see the impact of their work. Okay. By the way, it's a very good motivation thing for your employees to actually see the impact of a work, what they read. It mentions specific people's names that they've been able to help. And yeah, it's a good motivation for your clients. But yeah, there's never enough. Is there a way to automate this for text messages? So text messages, I haven't found a tool that stops when people stop. When somebody responds back, the automation doesn't stop. There is actually, now that I think about it, there is a way, but it's too advanced that I haven't set up for myself. I usually do this through email. I usually just use email through this. I feel like it bothers people less, because when people are behind the computer, they're a lot more likely to do it. So I wouldn't, if you are going to text it, just do it. Just set up the first text at least. But I don't want people to automatically get like 6 texts. Hey, can you limit it? Like, it could get pretty annoying. But the email, I think, is okay. So have that in mind. So just make sure, again, you have the playbook that is there. Yep. Yes, to answer you, Carolyn. Yes. Bonus. By the way, make sure to stick around. And I see how many guys are still here. 106 lawyers still in the house. Stick around. Trust me, there's more. So bonus is you can apply the same technique to increase the chance of getting your prospects to engage with you for other asks. Okay, so if there's other asks, let's just say you need something from somebody or your leads or your clients, by first getting your prospects to micro commit with you before you ask them for a big ask. Okay, so I know this technique works. Again, we're getting people to micro commit to say, yeah, I will do it. I want it, before you actually get them to do it. This exact technique works for other things. So for example, whenever you like your prospects to book a time with you, first ask, hey, are you interested in talking to me on the phone about your problem? Then once they say yes, then you send them like the calendar link to book a time with you. Okay. So if you ever have a hard time getting people to book a call with you, try this method. It does work. Hey, let me know if you still have this problem. Let me know if you're still interested in this. Is it something you're interested in? Is it something that you want? Is it something that you're still dealing with? Let them say yes. Then then you send them a link to book a call with you or do whatever you want them to do. Yes, that definitely come from your, good question, Kayla asked, do these emails come from your email address? I found requests getting ignored unless they come from an attorney email they recognize. Yes, good point, Kayla. You want to send this sequence in the same email thread where you had prior email conversations with the client. You don't want to create a new email conversation thread. You always want to just go into the same email thread. That's a good thing about Mixmax is you could use this inside of your Gmail to continue the conversation, and it feels like it's coming from you. That's what also another reason why Mixmax is so good, because it looks like the email is coming from you. You roll it out to them. So yes, it should come from you for sure. So again, bonus, use this pretty savvy technique for other asks as well. So this is what if you use Outlook? That's something we get into inside of Legal Funnel Mastery. So let's get to that. So this is just one of the law firm automations we teach inside of Legal Funnel Mastery. Trust me, there's so much more I could share with you guys, but let me share with you guys this. So for the attendees, and I see 104 of you guys that are here, there is a one-time offer only for the attendees of this training. I do have a record of everybody that logs in that's an attendee. I know exactly who registered, by the way, for this training, and I know who exactly attended. Only for the attendees of this training. By the way, this recording also does get posted later. However, again, special offer only for the people that are right now here. That we have, if you have 15 scholarships are available based on a first come, first serve basis to join Legal Funnel before July 23rd at 11:59 at midnight. Okay, so about a week. We're currently enrolling for our program, which is called Legal Funnel Mastery. This is a program. It's a coaching program. I've already done this 7 times, teaching 194 lawyers about how to grow an automated law firm. Not only does it touch upon about how to get clients, which is very, again, practical things that I do to this day. Not the things that I've done in the past. These are things that I've done in the past 7 years that I've learned about how to get clients and that I still do to this day. Behind the scenes look of exactly how to get practical. Again, very, very, very practical. If you saw your worksheets, if you see like, it's exactly like this. Very practical steps on how to get clients. Second part, how to automate your law firm so that your law firm can run without you. Again, complete without you. I take all that experience from building out 7 law firms, receiving these awards. This is for 2 law firms that I've been able to grow to $1 million by using funnels. And now this is also for Legal Funnel. And again, the same kind of process that I teach to our students about how they can grow and automate a law firm. And right now, we're currently in the enrollment stage. Just on the past Tuesday, we graduated session 7. We had about 64 lawyers that we had on session 7. Amazing class. And the more every time that I teach this, the students get more and more advanced and they ask better questions, and it just gets better and better. And also, I refine the program every time because there's new things that I learned that I right away that as I share. Again, very forward thinking, very different than your typical, again, traditional kind of thing. This is very forward thing. I take a lot of things from the online marketing space and I apply it for the legal space. And that's basically what I share that I do for myself. And then once I learn and I implement it for myself, then I know it works. And then that's what I share. So the application is done through a application basis. And you apply by going to this link, legalfunnel.com/video. There'll be once you go on this link, and I put the link into the chat right now. So let's actually go there right now. Once you go on this page, there'll be a short 15-minute video of me right here speaking. Watch this video or book a time. You click on this to book a time to apply it for Legal Funnel if you'd like to secure the scholarship. And then let me explain to you guys exactly what it is. Again, our main flagship program is called Legal Funnel Mastery. 15 scholarships available until July 23rd. We also have Legal Funnel Platinum, which is a little bit more hands-on with me, which is you get basically a weekly call with me to review your growth. Basically, if you need that accountability, I do personalized videos. If you ever get stuck anywhere, I basically record a Loom video where I share my screen and I literally tell you exactly what to do. And I even also provide accountability. I hold you accountable. I do have a system built in that holds you accountable. Again, the way to apply is to go to legalfunnel.com/video. Again, we're currently in that enrollment stage. There's no better time. And something that need to mention the investment to join Legal Funnel Mastery increases every session we do Legal Funnel Mastery. So again, we've already completed 7 sessions. I've had 7 rounds of teaching exactly the same methods to lawyers who want to learn how to run an automated law firm. And every time that I teach this, I gradually increase the price. Why do I do that? Because I know the true value of what I teach. Because I know if you learn the stuff, then you will have a law firm that's going to continue making you revenue for many, many years to come. Again, I teach things with a long-term perspective approach. It's not a good rich cook scheme. I don't expect you all of a sudden, become a millionaire overnight. These things took me 6 or 7 years to build it out for myself. At least I give you guys exactly those steps for you to be able to do that for yourself. Usually I expect, it usually takes a couple of months to be able to, again, start getting a lot of clients and all of a sudden start for your law firm to run on its own. So what is it? The whole goal is for you to learn how to automate your dream virtual law firm. Again, very practical steps. It's 12 weeks of live coaching, which includes worksheets, includes videos, includes a group coaching calls on Zoom. The goal is for you to own your own funnel by the end of the program. So you own it yourself. So far, 194 lawyers have enrolled in session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you imagine me teaching 194 lawyers the same thing over and over? And every time I do this, it gets refined further and further because I understand exactly where lawyers get stuck. I learn from other lawyers and I could pass that on to you guys. And I keep doing that. Again, I have such an interesting position to be in, to be not only to be a lawyer myself, that I apply for myself, but also to be able to interact with you guys in different facets of law. And I pass that on to you guys. And students have created and completed their own legal funnel to get bookings and calls from their clients, and some have even grown to 6 figures a month. This includes, and then one of the questions that we always get, does this apply to my type of law? Well, we have students from all facets of all different practice types. That includes estate planning, immigration, business law, family law, PI, adoption, workers' comp, criminal defense, employment, contracts, real estate, trademarks, and even a lot more like it's very specific niches like surrogacy and things like that. So yes, it applies to every type of law. 90 of our students, at least 90 of our lawyer students, which is about 50% of our students, have recorded video testimonials for you guys. If you don't believe me, I'll put the link in the chat. Here, video testimonials. We have case studies in there from real lawyers, people who I've checked in with them months later to get the result. It's all there. All the reviews are there. And I provide all the tools, the resources, the tricks that you need to get clients online and to help you automate your law firm the same way that I've been able to generate at least 7,600. It's a lot more than 7,600 clients online, which again, it's not on one law firm. It's across 7 different law firms, and been able to gather over 2,558 Google reviews for just one of my law firms. Again, I have other ones as well. Let me share with you guys some case studies with a couple of our students. Crystal Lawson, who is a trademark lawyer, used Legal Funnel to get her calendar fully booked. And right away, as soon as she came into the program, I noticed she was implementing right away. And she implemented, and I just told her, I'm like, just implement, don't question it. And she did. And she got her calendar completely booked. Jana Barnett has automated her email inbox completely, which gives her freedom of time. For her, that was the most valuable thing for her to leave her email inbox the same way that I have. There's a very systematic approach to how to do this. It is completely possible. Again, I delegated my inbox today for the first time. Went from 112 emails to 21 that actually needed my attention. Crazy that only 19% of my inbox was actually necessary and the other 81% was wasting my time. This is the 80-20. This is exactly what I teach. It's like 80% of the stuff that you're currently doing, you don't need to necessarily do yourself. Amazing. Chad, who's actually one of our most successful Legal Funnel students, has had now 4 months of 100K a month. That was his goal when he entered. He's like, I want to get to 100K a month. Well, the good news is he's had 4 months, and still to this day that he's hit 100K a month. He does criminal defense. Amber used Legal Funnel to get 9 scheduled bookings within her first week. What else? Julio used Legal Funnel to get, I think he's at 1.4 million TikTok followers now. So I taught him, again, you need to go figure out how to get in front of your clients. He found out that for him, it's TikTok. And then he attached a funnel to it. And basically TikTok feeds his funnel and the funnel gets him bookings for immigration. He's killing it. Donovan used Legal Funnel to have his calendar fully booked for month and a half. And so much more of these testimonials from real lawyers, again, have been through our program and have been nice enough to actually talk about their experience with Legal Funnel program. Okay, more and more. This is a screenshot of one of our session 7. Again, this is one of the components of the program. Is we not only do you learn from very specific practical worksheets just like this and a video that you're able to follow along and implement. It's all about implementation. And then we also meet on Zoom every 2 weeks to, again, go over it, talk very practical ways to make sure that everybody fully implements. And I hold everybody accountable. I did, again, create a accountability system in there. So that includes, again, live coaching on Zoom, just like this. Again, if you enjoyed this and got this worksheet and you actually are going to implement, which I'm going to make you implement, then yes, you're going to get a lot of value from it. It also includes live Q&As with, I'm very open to very specific questions that come up. I know a lot of questions came in. I'll do my best. I'll stick around for as long as I need to be to answer as many questions as you guys have. You also get worksheets, PDFs to fill out and apply as you go along. Okay, I make it very engaging and, again, very practical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly what you need to do. You get access to all the tools, resources, and experts I personally do. If any of our Legal Funnel students are here, let me know how much I share, again, with all the tools, resources, so many things that I share with you guys inside of there. And plus, you get that community access to all of our other Legal Funnel students in different niches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create little sub-communities in Legal Funnel of different practice types. And I'm going to invite lawyers to be able to engage with each other. It's not a competition. There's so much you could learn from your own practice types. Lawyers in your similar practice types that you'll be able to learn from each other and have access to. Again, more and more testimonials. I have a lot more. If you don't believe me, I have an entire folder called proof. I usually I don't want to bore you guys, but I have a lot of these testimonials from real lawyers, people, again, from our program that are getting results from this. Yeah, more. This one, let me just take a look at this one. This one's pretty cool, actually, this one. So one of our advisors asked Ben. So he's currently, Ben, one of our students, says, out of 3 legal coaching and training Zooms this week, Zams is hands down the best. So yeah, I know there's other people in the space doing this, but again, coming from a lawyer, it's very different. These marketers are teaching it in application is very different. And that's the difference between, again, what I do. It's coming from a lawyer, somebody who understands exactly what it's like, and somebody who's actually implementing it and doing it themselves. So again, I don't teach anything that I don't do and I don't get results this day. Again, a lot more testimonials from our students. These are all from our students. And a lot more pictures and a lot more social proof. And also, if you join by July 23rd, which is by next Friday, you will also get access to the Ultimate Virtual Law Firm Tools list, which is my complete list of all the virtual law firm tools that I use to be able to automate my law firm. And I also want to go ahead and launch this poll if you guys are still here. If you guys, so the poll that I just launched is, are you interested in taking advantage of the scholarship and joining Legal Funnel Mastery? So all you have to do, and I see you guys are answering it right now. Again, just go to legalfunnel.com/video and apply here. Again, the scholarships are based on a first come, first basis. So make sure there's 15 of them. Make sure you take advantage of it. I know you guys have some questions about this, so let me just answer for you since I've done this so many times. Can I have an assistant attend for me? So if you have somebody in-house, if it's a marketer that's just for you guys, that's okay. But I don't want somebody who's like a marketer for other lawyers too. But if you have somebody in-house who's kind of like either, that you want them to follow along with you in the program, I allow that. So again, it doesn't just have to be you. Maybe if you want somebody to come and help you implement, we allow that in Legal Funnel. Will it work for my area of law? The short answer is yes. I teach everything in very conceptual and also with a long-term perspective in mind, where it's concepts and things that apply no matter what type of law you're in. And there's always a limiting belief with so many of our students that come in, it's like, I don't know how I could apply this. So yeah, Anshu, exactly. You set up a discovery call to apply. Yep. So there's always that limiting belief. Well, maybe this works for you because you're in this niche, but how am I going to make this work for myself? And I can tell you again, I've been in this space for 5, 6 years. I actually shared this. I always share this story how I was at the ClickFunnels conference, which is where they give these awards. And before they were giving these awards, by the way, these are awards again for generating $1 million online with you funnels. So I was at this conference where they were giving out this award, and before they give out this award, they put us in a room, like a waiting room, and there was about a couple of hundred people that were receiving this award that year, again across a lot of different niches, and we were standing in a small group, about 5 people, and we were going around like, what do you do? What's your name? What do you do? What's your name? What do you do? And we went around, and we finally got to this kid who was like 20 years old. And we got up to him like, hey, so what do you do? And he started like giggling. I'm like, why are you like nervous about what you do? And he's like, you won't believe what I do. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, I teach moms how to breastfeed. And I was like, this 20-year-old guy who made $1 million online teaching moms how to breastfeed. Why is it, what, like, it was an epiphany. I'm like, why can't lawyers who are in a much bigger niche with, and you're in a market where people have much bigger problems. Well, it's a big problem to, how to teach moms how to breastfeed. It is a big problem, but there's all these lawyers who also can serve their clients. What can this be applied? What can the funnels be applied for their law firm? And that was the epiphany for me, that it basically funnels work for every type of law. Again, you have to learn it and apply for yourself. And I'm very conscious. Again, I know exactly when you enter the program, I know what type of law you do. And as I'm teaching it, I say, hey, for this, if you're a family lawyer, this is exactly what you do for this. If you're a business lawyer, do this. So yes, the short answer, it does work for every type of law. Do I need to have any technical knowledge? No. I'm very conscious of this. I make it as easy and less tech intensive as possible. And I make it as easy as possible. How can I fail in this program? The only way you can fail this program is you're the common denominator. Everything, all the resources, all the education, all the accountability, everything that I could possibly do, I provide that all. It's all there. I promise you, it's all there. The only way you can fail is yourself. But the good news is I build that confidence in you. And I always try to do my best to be the best coach I could be, to kind of challenge you, to get you to be a better version of yourself, to do it positively, to do it with good energy, and do it correctly with a very long-term perspective. And I think one of the things when we graduated our students on Tuesday, that was one of the big things that came up, is that kind of, again, change in mindsets and little shifts in like limiting beliefs and things like that that I help you get over. So have that in mind. What recurring costs will I need to invest to make this work? Short answer, about $130 a month, which are tools that you need to be able to do this. Every tool that I share and that I teach inside of Legal Funnel, it's all tools that that are battle proven to work, and they will pay for itself times 10, every tool. Okay. So everything makes you money. All the tools that I share. How much time commitment is needed per a week? 1 to 2 hours a week. Okay. It's set up in a very systematic way. Again, I'm very conscious. I've been through this sessions multiple times. So I know exactly, what times work with lawyers, exactly how much time, how to get you guys focused on this. But it's 1 to 2 hours a week. If you can commit to dedicating, 1 to 2 hours a week to working on your law firm, then that's all you need. Will I own the funnel? Yes, you own everything yourself. Again, I'm a lawyer myself. I know what it's like to not be at the mercy of a marketing company. You're building out these things for yourself. This is your own equity. I know, again, there's always a difference between people that own a home versus renting. You're going to own the home. I always want you to own the equity in whatever you're building out for yourself. It's very, very, very important that nobody really talks about. Again, note, the investment to join increases every session we do for Legal Funnel Mastery. So again, right now we're enrolling for session 8. If you're intrigued about this stuff, if you're, again, stuck with I need to figure out how to get clients, or if you feel like you're burning out, you're doing a lot of work, well, let me help you get you out of your law firm. There's ways to replace yourself with using a lot of online tools and using a lot of delegation and virtual assistants to be able to get yourself out of your law firm, so that you can be able to working on your law firm and instead let your law firm run on its own. All right. So the way to apply, again, is to go to legalfunnel.com. If you guys still, again, have any questions, the best way is just to apply. Just to apply. Our advisors, Kalinda and Amanda, will talk to you. They'll tell you more about the program. They're both experts in the legal field. Amanda has been in the legal field for 12 years. She's talked to, at this point, thousands of lawyers. She knows exactly the pain points, the limited beliefs that lawyers have, and she will break that for you guys. And same thing for Kalinda. So if you already have booked a call with us before, all you have to do is to email your Legal Funnel advisor. either Amanda at advisor@legalfunnel.com or Kalinda@legalfunnel.com. Just email them if you'd like to take advantage of the scholarship. Again, the scholarships are available based on a first come first serve basis before July 23rd at midnight. All right, so just go there to apply, and let me see. Woo! And I see that actually the bookings coming in. Love it. Booking. Again, a lot of automations and things that I could share with you guys. Sure thing, Theodore. I hope that was helpful. If that was good, if you guys got value from this, by the way, just let me know in the chat. And now I'm gonna answer questions. So if you guys have any questions, please post it. Sure thing. Sure. Appreciate it. Theodore, Sandy, of course. So I'm here. I'll stick around for as long as you guys need to answer his questions. We still have 60 lawyers here. So Edwin asks a good question. Do you ever ask for reviews on multiple platforms at once? For example, Yelp, etc. No, Edwin, you always want to ask review just in your top place. So pick one, you 80-20 it out of all the places where you could collect reviews, and let me go collect reviews on one place. Get that, focus in on that. What I usually do, again, I go into Legal Funnel Mastery, is after I ask for that Google review, after that, I also ask for video review. And that one also has its own sequence for that too. And using that system, I also have about 80 video reviews for my law firm. I haven't even had time to even put those up, but yeah, that does work. Sure thing, Theodore. Why not use ActiveCampaign for this? For some multiple reasons. One is Mixmax. The benefit of Mixmax is that it's inside. You could use it inside of your Gmail. So instead of having this email that looks like it's kind of automated, it looks like it's coming from you personally. So I use both ActiveCampaign and Mixmax, but I use it for different purposes for different things. Just to give you a short summary, I use ActiveCampaign for my automated email series when people enter the funnel, but I use Mixmax to follow up with people when people email me instead of Gmail. It's like a short little answer, and I use both. Amazing, Stacy. Says, thank you so much. I'm going to implement this training over the weekend. Very good, Stacy. And all you guys, by the way, just schedule 30 minutes, either today. Ideally, it's today. If you guys have the motivation right now, you guys showed up and you guys have, like, again, inspired for this. Schedule 30 minutes today to apply this. I went through the how-tos. It's all there in the worksheets. Just go down and check it off as you do it and make sure that it's all checked off and implemented. And keep track of the clients that you're asking reviews from and who left your review. Sure thing, Laura. And Andrew says, do you ever do it after a consult? I usually don't. I usually only ask for my clients. But if you're in need of a review, yeah, you could ask for it, and maybe you'd be able to get reviews that way too. If Moi says training someone to create this funnel will be a challenge, do you have a suggestion for hiring a VA for this? Well, I have a whole module about hiring virtual assistants. So yes, and it's in module 2, basically, where I teach if there's any part of this or anything at all that you get stuck at, if it takes you longer than 30 minutes, then you should go just put up a job post and hire a virtual assistant for this. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do this. So yes, it is completely possible. So Valentina Rose, what about Outlook 365? So there is a way to do this for Office 365 and Outlook, but I want you to join to be able to get that answer, because that's, because it took us a couple of sessions of me teaching this to figure out a way around this. Yes, it is possible within Outlook and Office 365. But I would love for you to join, for you to be able to get that. Matthew, you're very welcome. Anshu, you're very welcome. Jessica, so good to see you. Thank you so much. This has been super helpful reviews. I'll definitely be applying for the scholarship. Very good, Jessica. Hope to get you in. No problem. Delavar, my good friend Delavar, known you for 10, 15 years. So good to see you here. Hope things are going well. And Angelique, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Lana, Teresa, thank you so much. I'll still stick around. For those who answer the poll questions, again, the question is, are you interested in taking advantage of the scholarship? If you chose yes, just the best thing to do is just apply. Just book a time. Again, on a first come first basis. Hopefully you get one of the earlier bookings to be able to take advantage of one of the first 15. Again, every time I do this, the investment to join always increases. Again, so there's no point of asking our prior students how much they paid, because it will be, it will be slightly more than what it was. So again, the longer you delay, next session will be even more. So just make sure to take advantage of it. And then for those who want to talk to somebody first, we'll be reaching out to you based on that. Sure thing, Baron and Ben. You got it. You got it. So I hope that was helpful. Again, one of my secret sauces. Sure, Steven. One of my secret sauces. Please take advantage of it. Again, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you. It's all there. Just again, schedule 30 minutes to implement this. Will you please share the link to the playbook? Here you go, Jacob. There you go. Chris asked, are we able to watch this again? Yes, I will post this up and I will also email it to everybody in our email list. Just make sure you're in our Legal Funnel email list. Just go to legalfunnel.com or just go apply and you'll be in our email list. That will be, yes. I also have other videos, other trainings. I don't want to reveal this where that is because that's usually shared inside of our Facebook group. By the way, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, make sure to join there and engage there and post your questions there. And there's a lot of action going on there. There's a lot of stuff that's been posted in the past. I've been building out this Facebook group for 2 years now, about 1,600 lawyers in there. Just search there and it's promised you there's there. Let's just say, I don't even know, automation tool. And I ask polls and I ask things to kind of get the feedback of like what tools and what things people are using. And I feed that back into our students. So take advantage of that. If you haven't joined our Facebook groups, just join there. I put the link there. We also have other trainings. I've done other trainings, very high value trainings about how to hire virtual assistants, how to be able to delegate things, how to use Zapier to automate your law firm. Again, very advanced and practical stuff. I try to do these trainings once a month and do it super high value and super advanced for the lawyers who are like very practical. Again, very practical stuff. So hope you guys get a lot of value from this. Let me know if you guys if you guys have questions. I'll stick around. I know there was some questions that were coming in as I was speaking. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you're still, let me know if you guys have questions. I'm gonna try to scroll back. Mike asks, how do you apply this to a litigation practice where you no longer have engagements but fewer number of clients? Potentially can apply to a free consultations. You could still, again, everybody still has a set number of clients. It's better to have 6 Google reviews than none. So even if you don't get that many clients per month, it's still better to get, as many reviews as that you can. What else? By the way, you don't need to get any book, any specific tools for this. This is it. You guys have the script. You guys have a $29 a month tool to be able to do this. And I still see, by the way, still see your bookings coming in. Love it. I see it. I see your bookings coming in. And yeah, you guys don't need any of those tools and things, books and things like that. This is everything you need to know about gathering a lot of Google reviews. Does Yahoo work with Mixmax? Unfortunately not, Steven. This is it pays to be to use Google. There's with Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Workspace. All those things are game changers. Sure thing. Jacob says you're brilliant. This is the feature. I hope to join Legal Funnel soon. You're so welcome. There's so much more advanced. Again, if you guys need proof, these are all the different client generation law firms that I'm running. Again, just one of my law firms has about 15 different partners and things that I'm involved with. Again, across multiple niches, different things. My research, when I do my research, these are all the different tools that I use for my research. All the different tools that I use on a weekly basis. I'm very systematic. I'm very organized. I try to do my best. I try to put as best energy that I could into this. And I always try to do it smartly. We're playing chess here. Like I love chess growing up. Like I always think of this as like chess. I was thinking ahead, getting people to micro commit, again, thinking like playing the game smart. Long-term game, not a short-term. I'm not here for short-term. And you guys also shouldn't run your law firm for short-term games. Those things, is an epiphany that I had in the last couple of months, is whoever can play the longer-term game wins. So make sure that you have a long-term perspective when it comes to everything that you're doing. Steven says, do you know if I can carry my business email from Yahoo over to Google? I've been using this email for over 10 years. So Steven, I think what you should do is hire a tech and see if they can help you do that. I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't do it yourself. So get somebody who's tech enough and maybe Google around today, like how to switch from Yahoo email to Gmail. Maybe do some research, see if it's possible. If it is possible, then what I usually do is go hire a tech. I don't want to get into how, but there are ways to be able to put up job posts. Just join our program and be able to kind of guide you with that direction. What else? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Any other questions about anything else? And I still have it. We're welcome. It is possible, Steven, and it is kind of like a Band-Aid. Sometimes you have to pull the Band-Aid. Let me give you an example. When I first created my website, I made it in Squarespace. And in my first 2 years, my website was made with Squarespace, and I learned that WordPress is the way to go. And I was in this weird dilemma where I'm like, it's going to be very hard to switch over to WordPress, and I did it, and it wasn't easy, but it was well worth it. So sometimes you kind of have to pull the Band-Aids. It sucks short term, but long term, you're playing a long term game. So to just say you're going to be running your law firm for the next 20 years, are you going to be stuck in Yahoo for the next 20 years? Like, no, you might sometimes, you just have to struggle maybe for like, a couple of weeks to pull the Band-Aid, and then you'll be happy and free for the rest of your life. So that's usually the advice that I usually give whenever people are stuck with like tools and stuff that they're not using. Is it possible to move from email to Gmail? We use our URL and address we used before. Again, same thing, Jessica. Hire a tech. I'm not sure how your email is set up. I can tell you it is possible. It's called SMTP. There's like these things in your servers that they're called SMTP servers, name servers. It's basically you have to change you tell your domain, hey, I want your email. I want the emails to come from this place, from Gmail, instead of coming from here. So yeah, it is possible. You just have to know what you're doing. Yeah, it is possible. We already did it. Yes, it is possible. Yes, you're right, Jessica. By the way, most of the messages that I'm getting is, again, only I can see them, unfortunately. By default, Zoom just makes it so that the messages get sent to panelists. Just have that in mind. Very cool. Still have 40 lawyers in the house. Let me give you guys extra value. Extra value. Again, that KLT is pretty important. Know, like, and trust. Again, there's a very systematic way to get your leads to take action with you. And that's done basically through emails and through videos. Again, there's templates, there's method to the madness when it comes to this. But just have that in mind. You need to be able to, again, have that know, like, and trust in your automations, in your emails, in your videos, to be able to get somebody to move forward with you. What other things can I share? I'm gonna pull up my business secrets and share a couple of stuff with you guys. And then, if you guys still have questions, just let me know. And if you guys, I'll stick around. Some things, the big thing that I've been noticing with lawyers is that a lot of lawyers are doing too many things themselves, by the way. If you find yourself that you feel overburdened, well, let me tell you that there is hope. There is ways for you to get out of your law firm. The book that I usually changed my trajectory was the 4-Hour Workweek book. 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. That was the book that really kind of opened up my eyes to this whole world of online business, and creating an automated business and make sure it's scalable. So basically, I took those concepts, the Tim Ferriss concepts, again, with the virtual, automated, and scalable, and I applied it for my law firm long before this pandemic, long before, Zoom and Calendly. I was applying this stuff, and I was using a lot of Calendly and using a lot of these automation tools. And then you're gonna have to go. The pandemic happened, and all of a sudden I saw this rush of lawyers coming in, starting to use Zoom. I was already using Zoom 3-4 years ago, and actually had foresight that I knew a lot more people would use Zoom, and I started buying a lot of Zoom stocks, and that paid off too. So, you always want to be ahead of the game. That's the way, again, this virtual automated law firm is basically where it's heading. Again, it's very early on for that. Again, because of the pandemic, we kind of got forced into this whole virtual scene. So, again, be able to grow a law firm from your laptop. And then now there's the next level, which is the automated part, which is, again, building out these law firms for it to run on its own. And that's basically what Legal Funnel teaches. is to how to grow a virtual automated law firm, a law firm that runs without you. And I can tell you, it's incredible. It's a great feeling, again, to have these things that are kind of like an organism that are running on their own, getting your clients 24/7 around the clock. And it works. It gets you, obviously makes you money, gets you clients, and makes you run your law firm the way you want. Lena, I know you raised your hand. If you have any questions, just post it into the chat. I'll be happy to answer. Alejandra, Elena, Alex, Jubian, how you doing? Amanda, Baron, Ben, Bradley, Kalinda, Chris, Courtney, Dana, Edwin, Ernestina, Heather, Jacob, Jason, Jessica, Jonathan, Joseph, Kevin, Lygia, Lena, Mel, Melanice, how are you? Miracles, Pierre, Rihanna, Sandy, Shoshana, who's runs one of my law firms, is here too. Stacy, Steven, Steve, Steven, Teresa, and Tera. Hi, hope you guys are doing well. All right. So if there's any more questions, sorry, I couldn't get to questions in the middle because I'm not sure who's still here. I don't know whose questions I'm still answering. If you guys still have questions, post it below. No problem. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, just make sure, again, enrolling for session 8. There's no better time because the coaching program is every 12 weeks. Right now, we're in that enrollment stage. Again, we just graduated our session 7 students on Tuesdays, and we have about 2 weeks during that enrollment stage to be able to bring on our students for the next session. There's no better time than apply this for your own law firm. Just make sure to apply and try to get in this session. If you wait for the next session, that will be in about 3 months. You don't want to wait that long because, again, every week and every month that you don't apply this stuff is every week and month that you're not getting clients, you're not making revenue. Again, there's a huge opportunity cost to this. The concepts and stuff are not going away. The sooner you apply this for your law firm, the sooner you will be able to apply this for yourself. Lena says, thanks, Sam. I'm rolling. I'm great. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to hear that, Lena. You trust me, you won't regret it. Again, maybe if you guys don't believe me, because again, you guys need proof. If you go to the testimonials, and I'll put this in the chat, you guys could watch this later. Again, these are all testimonials, and I'm actually about to, about 15 of our, at least 15 of our legal funnel session students recorded more testimonials. So I'm about to actually upload those this week. So there'll be 15 more videos. These are our case studies from Chad, from Donovan, from Crystal Lawson. These are case studies, and then these are testimonials from real lawyers. What you can do, if you're a specific field, just say you're a family lawyer, search for family, and you'll see our family lawyer testimonials. If you're in personal injury, you have to search for personal injury lawyers. Let me just watch this one. This is pretty funny.
All right, so Sam Mollaei, he is the shit. Okay, so you need to sign up with this here program, and I'll tell you why. For those that are in the know, he's a true mensch, and here's why. I've been doing this for a long time, doing the whole computer SEO thing for 25 years, and thought I knew what was going on in the SEO markets and the website markets and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is times pass you by a little bit, and now, learning from Sam and his group that the SEO thing, that's the old news websites, the old news. I literally
SEO's dead.
know that, and used to be satisfied with Google's 5 cases a month or something like that, and thanking them for their scraps in exchange for $10,000 a month. And that's all, that's all dead and over with. All right. So after starting with this program, and it's unbelievable, and
Blue Moon
put a lot of things into perspective, because I used to hear people talking about social marketing and getting cases through social marketing, and I'm scratching my head wondering, what in the hell are they doing? They're blogging on Facebook. What are you talking about here? I never got to the brass tacks until I signed up for Sam's course here, which immediately starts with opens your eyes to the immediate ClickFunnels things, the Brunson things, and all that. That's a whole new world of stuff. And so he opened my eyes to immediately. I grabbed a hold of that, ordered the books that Sam talked about, read all of them, and
yeah, let me show you other ones. That's it is this whole world. Let me show you. Yeah, this one is pretty good.
The numbers.
This is from Chad's. This is after I believe he hit 100K.
The numbers are great, so I'm happy to share them.
A lot of criminal lawyers joined because of you, Chad. So.
I bet. I mean, I'm killing it.
Love it. Yeah, so we're gonna.
So a lot of people are reaching out, you know, privately. I'm getting all these like Facebook friend requests. I'm like I have to be like a legal funnel ambassador at some point. You know?
Do you know my favorite part about you, Chad?
What's
I
that?
go back and I read your I'm a little bit of a nerd that way, so I always go back and I always read the stuff that you posted in Facebook, like in season 3 and season 4, and it's like, this is where you were and this is where you are, and it's like, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it. I know he's gonna get it.
Yeah,
I'm more excited than you are. It's ridiculous. Really.
You know, I'm pretty excited. I have to tell you, I'm pretty stressed out this month, and my staff's pretty stressed out because we're the amount of phone calls that I'm bringing in right now. I'm busting at the seams, and I'm trying to figure out what's the next step.
The funny thing is, he actually called me yesterday. He came back from a trip and he was stuck. He's like, should I fire my virtual assistant? And I'm like, no. You don't fire no virtual assistant, especially if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So just give them more work, do it this way. So actually, I'm still in contact with them to this day. I'm in contact with a lot of our students. It turns into a friendship, long-term friendship. This one is a longer case study from Donovan. It's about 12 minutes. Yeah, right. Let me share this one from Crystal, who does trademark, copyrights, business law.
I launched my law firm in February, and I was struggling to find my clients and to communicate with them. I saw your ad. Actually, I was in your immigration ad loop, and then I opted out, and your system figured out I was a lawyer. So I saw the Legal Funnel ad and decided to join. And it has been phenomenal. It has changed the way that I look at my business, the way that I think about law firms. I never imagined I could operate in the way that you teach, being virtual, everything automated. And as soon as I came in, I knew I wanted to get as much value from the class as I could. So yes, you said don't think, just do it.
Don't think,
just do it. And that's what I did. I tried my best to implement all the tools you showed us. And I'm really excited to share that I launched my Facebook ads on Monday, and I already have 4 consultations scheduled. So that was really, really exciting for me. And I had 2 people who I know from a networking group suddenly reach out to me and scheduling their consultations as well. So I'm really, really excited. Your methods are effective.
Amazing. What else? What do we have? There's a lot more. Yeah, if you guys, feel free to take a look. There we go. This is a short one from Josiah.
Sam is a terrific coach and a mentor. The program is totally fantastic and completely worth it. There's so many things to take away from. Sam, mentions that you want to make sure you implement, first of all, perfection. Done is better than perfect. And then implementing anything is better than not. So even if you do implement 80% of what he's saying, you're going to get so much value. I honestly think the value came in right off the first class, and it was already worth it for me in terms of the shift in the mindset and the accountability. And also think the main thing that I like to say about Sam is that you can see him implementing the things that he's teaching us. So that's the best thing about the program is the way he uses VAs, the way he delegates to his team, the way he's managing the email systems. You can see him do it so that you can not only imagine what it's like to do that, but you can be like, oh, okay, that's the way you do it. There's a blueprint, not only in theory, but in practice. So being able to see it in real life actually being implemented is huge. First, you need to see what that looks like. It's not just about instructions, but actually seeing it. And actually, I share my screen all the time. This is literally how you do it. This is what it looks like when it's done. Seeing that is a game changer. Again, it kind of opens up your eyes. It's just this all of a sudden, whoa, that's possible. You could be able to do it this way. And that's huge. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kalinda.
So I was in a unique position whenever I started at Legal Funnel because I am already part of a firm that's been in existence for 30 plus years. It's not necessarily an issue about getting clients, but it's a matter of making it easier for me to take time away from the office. So it's having the ability to automate any part of our firm was so enticing. And the tools that Sam and Legal Funnel give you to be able to make that your firm not need you as much is so valuable. And the tools that Sam gives you are tools that are already available to people, and he just opens your eyes on how to use them and how to implement them for your firm so that you're able to take time away, or maybe take and implement virtual assistants or assistants that you already have to make your life easier practicing law. And I'm able to spend so much time on building the firm rather than working my firm or being an employee of my own firm. So that's where Legal Funnel brought the most value, is teaching me how to make the firm that we already have so much better without spending more of my own personal time and turning this into an 80-hour work week.
The program doesn't add to your life. It takes away and it makes your life easier. Have that in mind. Again, you're not adding on this extra burden. It relieves burden from you. It's supposed to make your life easier. And the whole point is, again, you work in your desired zone. You do what you like. That's what I do. Every single morning, I wake up, I jump out of bed. If you don't believe me, ask my wife. I jump out of bed early without an alarm clock, hungry, excited to work. And the only reason is I get to work in my desired zone, and I'm able to delegate and automate everything else that I don't want to do. Okay. So I use either tools to be able to automate it. I use very specific tools that do a lot of things, and then have, for the virtual staff, or a lot of delegation to be able to take those things that I don't want to do myself and get that off my hands. So that's why, once our students get exposed to this, again, whole world, that's why also there's like an epiphany going off. Basically, let me also share. Brandon's is one of our mentorship students, and he's been able to grow way beyond what he expected.
Hi, I'm Brandon Leopoldis of Leopoldis Law, based in Los Angeles, California, and I was part of Legal Funnel Session 4. I learned a lot through the Legal Funnel program, more than I actually thought I was going to. It's not just about funnels. It's how to implement them and how to provide your clients more value from not just the messaging and getting them to sign up with you, but understanding your practice a lot more. I can't thank Sam and his team enough. There's a tremendous amount of value. And if you're looking to grow your firm and you're serious about it, you should check out Legal Funnel.
Appreciate that. Brandon, who's actually still working with me directly as part of our mentorship program. That's only offered to our Legal Funnel Mastery students. After you go through this kind of main program, basically. What else? We also got Christina Campbell, who does adoptions.
Hi, my name is Christina Campbell, and I wanted to take a few moments to let everyone know how much I enjoyed the Legal Funnels class taught by Sam. I will be the first to say that I was a little hesitant to take the class, but more than 6 weeks later, I am here to say that I'm very, very, very glad that I took the class. There was a lot of great content and information provided to help advance my law firm. Sam was great and continues to be great. Him and his team, even now that the course is completed, have continually followed up with the students to make sure that we have all the resources that we need to move forward with our marketing funnels. I learned so much in addition to making a great legal funnel. I learned about automation and how virtual assistants are beneficial to your law firm. And one thing that I really liked was how in week 1, the course helped me refine my marketing statement that I use continuously throughout my marketing and my law firm. So I'm here to say, if you have.
Amazing. Thank you for that. And also Steven, who I'm not sure where you guys can see the chat. Here, I'm going to copy and paste it. Just posted this. Steven, first of all, thank you so much. You just posted this. It says, please join Legal Funnel. It is a small but very worthwhile investment. Sam and his team are awesome. I just finished the course and my life is already better because of the tools provided. First of all, Steven, thank you so much for posting that. No, you don't have to. Appreciate that. I'm super grateful for you. I love your energy as soon as you entered, and I know we're gonna be good friends for many years. and I know we're gonna meet each other in person. I put it out to the universe. I know it's gonna happen. So I appreciate you posting that, Steven. Yeah. So again, if you again, a lot more testimonials there. I want to keep you guys, drag this on, but again, if you guys are interested again in growing an automated law firm, just go to legalfunnel.com/video to apply. I look forward to it. There's no better time to again apply these concepts for yourself. Take advantage of it. These concepts are not going away. Again, the sooner you do implement it, the sooner you could be in front of, be able to kind of beat out your direct competitors around you in your state. And I promise you will not regret it. So you'll be able to invest in yourself, which is obviously the best investment you can make. Again, and when it comes to investments, there's always, when it comes to stocks, that's 10%. Real estate is about 15%. If you find an amazing business, that would be, 200%. Bitcoin is about 200%. There's always different opportunities you get, but whenever you invest in yourself, that's usually 1,000% or more. So this is one of those opportunities where you get to be able to invest in yourself. The more you be able to build yourself up, the more that everything around you becomes better. There was this one last thought. When I was about to get married, it was a time when I would read a lot of books. So I'm like, I'm gonna go find the best book about marriage, so I could become the best husband I could possibly be. And I went and got this book. It was like a 600-page book, 600-page book about how to have a good marriage. And I started reading it. Page 1, page 10, page 20. By the time I got to page 60, I was like, okay, this is very repetitive. I'm like, what's the common theme that I keep hearing and that I keep learning from this book? And the big gist that I got from the book is that if you want to have a good marriage, it all comes down to you, your actions, your reactions, how you act, how you feel, how you talk. So, in life, whenever you find yourself in a situation where things are not going well or you want things to get better, always look within. Always look to see, what can I do better? What can I do? How can I work on myself to make it better? So have that in mind again. And also the same thing. I'm Jewish and I'm also religious. When it came to my actual wedding day, we have a tradition to give blessings to people. And remember, before the wedding, I'm like, how am I gonna give blessings to 100 people that are gonna come up to me that day? And I started giving blessings. And again, I found a common theme in the blessing that I was giving to people. And I basically, my blessing was for you to be the best version of yourself you could possibly be, because ultimately everything else in life grows out of that. When you're the best version of yourself every day, that's when, everything else is, it doesn't matter as much. So, your family, your spouses, your work, all that is as good as you are. That's your common denominator. Okay. So I'll leave that with that thought. Thank you so much for you guys sticking along. I know that you guys are still here. Appreciate it. All right. So again, if you haven't applied to Legal Funnel, just go to legalfunnel.com/video. You're very welcome, Edwin, Jessica. So great to see you guys. I'm glad you guys also stuck around to the last second. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye, Heather. It's so good to see you here. You're very welcome. See you guys. Take care. Have a great day.